Hi all! It's been a while since I've done a video. I'm sorry. I'm also sorry it's kind of dark in here. I was trying to record this about 25 minutes ago or half an hour, and I realized that I was running out of time because I had a lot of videos saved on my phone of me hula hooping. So I just had to go through and delete all those, and deleting 650 photos plus about 5 videos took up like 25 minutes. Part of that was the deleting time. Anyway, I have moved, and that is why there have been no videos, and I am like hoping now to get back into doing these kinds of things regularly. I'm certainly not going to be a once a day thing, but maybe once a week I can sit down and do like a short video. There's a few things that I know I wanted to do, like a lot of people requested the What Fits Dalshito Zora. Right now she's stuck in a mason jar, like covered in plastic, because I was going to make another wig, like in her size. And then some like body reviews. I have the Summerbird body that I dyed, and I can do a review of that, plus like the process, and a few others. So there will be things coming. Other than that, I am going to do a review today of the Universe doll head on the Doll Legend body, and so if you're just tuning in, thank you, and make sure to comment, like, and subscribe if you're interested in watching more. So this is a character that I was never going to shell. He's an older OC of mine, and he's kind of a jerk, and I was never planning on giving him a shell. In fact, he like had one, and then Dream of Doll went under, and my aesthetics changed, and I was like, meh, I'm never gonna buy him. And then Universe Doll came out with this MSD head, and I was like, oh, that one. And so a friend of mine was placing an order, and I was like, I kind of need that. And so since I already needed another head, we just tacked it on, and now I have this head. And now I have this character, and god damn it. Anyway, this is Yukio. He's very like rockabilly. Look at that hair. He's apparently stolen this wig. This is Yukio. Also goes by Frankie, apparently. I like quick whipped up this like crazy shirt, and like look at that side boob action there. This shirt and these pants for him, which are super holographic, but I think like don't show very well in this camera. Anyway, got those like tiny scales on the outside and the big scales on the inside. Love it. He's not wearing shoes right now because I know I'm just taking all this off to do the video. So this is the Universe Doll head. It's their MSD. I think it's the Vern. Anyway, he's so tiny. His eyes are really small. They're 12, and actually they're too big for him. But because he's like a lizard, I don't care. So let me take off the stuff, and I will go into more detail about him. He's also been dyed, hence the green. I decided, I came up with this like idea. I'm like, maybe he's green. And I dyed him for just long enough for him to be like Frankenstein's monster green. So, anyway though, the Universe Doll head is really small. And I can show you that in just a moment. And then I was really, because of that, I was really worried about the body it was going to go on. And then a friend of mine was selling this Doll Legend buff body, and I was really excited because it seemed like it was a really good fit for him. And if you look at him like dead on, put my hand around there. Stop it. Like, he looks really proportionate, which I love. So, and he's got like the buffer body, which I think is really nice. It's not like overly muscular, but it does seem like, I'll do this, how about that? You can just be a typical dude. There. And you can see the ombre. By the way, this is Rit dye, the Dymore, the synthetic. And it's about 10 seconds all over. It's just subtle enough. And then the darker spots are a minute. I didn't want it like too drastic for him. But you can tell like the color he used to be. You can definitely see a difference, especially up here where it's still light. But anyway, he's really tiny. So for example, I brought some other like dolls out. This is the inside of his head cap, and this is a doll zone. So like there's a pretty large difference. You can also see the shape is a bit different. It's much more vertical, like oblong. But anyway, because the head was so small, I was really worried about finding a body that was going to suit it. Though that being said, the neck is still pretty decent. I brought the Doll Zone head out because not only do I want to compare them, but like you can see the difference in neck size. Bigger neck, smaller head, smaller neck, bigger head. So I feel like Doll Zone is actually like they have small faces anyway, but like you can see the difference. They're still pretty proportionate. And this is the first time I've actually. So for anyone looking to hybrid, Doll Zone and Doll Chateau will probably be really good options. This body has a really small neck. You see that? It's really tiny, very small. It's like, it's really tiny. So even with the universal head being, the face and the eyes and everything being so small, the back of his head still gaps. But here, if I put him on, there's no gapping. So Doll Zone would be a pretty good fit. Actually, let me stand him up on this. Or kneel him, at least. Just balancing him on there. I think that's a pretty good fit, too. So, I mean, the forehead is huge because of, like, the massive, like, Doll Zone head. But that's okay. Wigs cover all. Anyway, I also have a minifay, which of course have the neck connector. But that being said, I can show you from this angle. Bloop. Kind of like how much space. And let me see if I can angle it right. I grabbed the head that doesn't require me, like I can manhandle it a little bit. I don't like to, but has no lashes because it's a sleepy head. Ah, let's see, come on body. Do the things that you're capable of. Is that helpful at all? See how much gapping there would be even with the neck connector? Because this fits flush into the neck connector. So I'm pulling this against the back. And then there's that much room in the front. Put my finger in there. I mean, fashion. But, that being said, I would say while the minifay, let's see if I just kind of balance. It's not bad, but for me, it's not as proportionate as it could be. So, for me, unless it's a really small face minifay, it's not really a good option, especially with how narrow the neck is. I would rather see, like, for me personally, to not have it be so bobbly, I would rather say, like, Doll Chateau or Doll Zone would be good. Anyway, the body itself is double jointed, and his legs go into a nice point. I feel like this one points more than that one, but maybe it points more when they're doing the same thing. Nope, it's just when they're doing the same thing. There. It really is a nice smooth system. There's a mobility joint in the thigh. So like if I wanted to have him do like some sort of like crazy yoga stuff, it's also good for sitting. You can sit with, like, I feel like most dudes sit, you know, with basically no trouble at all. So, and it's just a matter of turning the mobility joint, which has registration, and then the accompanying on that side. In the waist, he's got nubs. So there's a lot of points where like he can turn for the like most part, or lean. Put him straight and leaning. I do find that like it's a little bit sway backed. So like his butt is, he's leaning forward a little bit. Like that's him standing straight and he's kind of tilting forward. So in order for him to like be more balanced, like standing straight up, you kind of have to like finagle it a little bit, but it's so smooth overall, and like the weight is really nice. He does have kind of small hands, but they're proportionate to the universal head, so I don't really care. I'm gonna give him kind of like, for my guy, like a little bit more of a bruised hand look. But I do find that I'm like tilting that back joint to make him a little less sway backed a lot more often. And then I tend to, when I have my guys sit, I tend to break them forward anyway, like that anyway. So they're not like posture. The top joint, because it's a 3-part torso, is the sliding. So it slides and then it slides forward and has the 3-point locking here. I guess he could sit. I've never really tried. I'll try now. You can't see it really, but I will attempt and let you know how the results are. If he wanted to like be on his stomach, and it's really good. It's not as like suede as the minifee is, but it certainly, like with some hot glue sueding, probably could hold itself a little bit better. But let's see if I can. That's really good, like considering. So considering this body is only $190, it has a ton of articulation. The elbows are really nice. They're flat, but they're smooth and they don't look strange. And it is really easy to get him, you know, into that pose. So as far as like recommending this body to anybody, 10 out of 10. I like wish I had more boys so I could get like the other one and then like more of them. But like I have literally no need, so I'm not going to bother. I'll show you right now how the universal fits on. And the gapping, now that I put his head back on again. So you can see in the back the gap, and in the front and underneath. But he has so much hair that like I legitimately don't care. So as far as I'm concerned, it was a super win for me in finding Josh selling it. and I'm super pleased with it. I do wish I could get more of them, actually. I like how bulky he is. He's super tall. I think he's like 45 or 47. He's taller than my Doll Zone girl, who's my tallest, I think. Can't remember if she's taller than my Soul Doll NL body. But, I'm just really pleased with it. I should have made these have a lower waistband. We may have to cut that and fix it. I hate fixing leggings after they're sewn, though. Well, anyway. Because I feel like he needs, like, lower waisted pants. But anyway. They don't show his butt when he sits, so that's really all that matters. Yeah, I really wish I could get more, but there's no point, so I'm not gonna bother. So if you've watched the video this far, congrats, you've reached the end of the body review. If you're still watching. I'm just gonna ramble now while I dress him. I am almost done paying off my Immortality of Soul order. I got an Infernal when they had that crazy 80 centimeter sale. Because I'm crazy. And, like I need an 80 centimeter doll, but you know what? I do. He was one of a grail. Like, he's a grail for me. So, frankly, that's fine. I can't wait. He's gonna be, I'm gonna dye him, his hands and feet get to be black, because he's a wolf. I'm gonna not go with the vampire trope that, like, he's shown with, but I'm gonna make him a werewolf instead. So, hopefully by September I'll have him, though I don't know if they start making them until, I'm doing a layaway, and I think next week is my last, or this week is my last layaway payment. So I'm not sure if they start making them while you are paying or after you finish paying, because if it's after I finish paying, then we have a long wait. If it's during, then I think I'm much more likely to see that doll sooner than later. But I'm really excited about him. What else? After that, I need to start saving for the girl body from Doll Legend, actually. They're a 3-part 42 centimeter girl, which I didn't want a Moe body from Fairyland because I'm not really a huge fan of that body at all. Not really a huge fan of most Fairyland things, actually. I have what I have, and that's where my line ends. But, oh god, there we go. Whatchamacallit? Oh god, it's full. There we go. Heavy boots. I have a shoo-shoo that needs a, or a Dika doll head that needs a body. I mean, I have a shoo-shoo that needs a body too, but that's a whole other story. So I'm gonna get their 3-part torso because I want her to be like short. I needed a body that was Moe line measurements in height, but more functional. So that's where we're at with that. And he stole somebody's boots. Whatever. He's a pain. He's gonna have a little bit of a redemption arc. This guy is dating, actually, Sabine, my Doll Zone Vita. He's part of her, like, love triangle of relationships. Because she's a huge pain, but everyone likes her anyway. My crazy ginger. But I have a lot of, like, he needs a lot of clothes, actually. I'm surprised. Usually I don't sew things this quickly. But he needed something, and so I just did it. I don't have a lot of boy clothes because this is my 3rd boy, MSD, and so I tend to neglect them a bit in the clothes department. Also because people don't generally make clothes for MSD boys, like, with any sort of, like, it's like 2 people, I think, and I don't know. I can do it, I just don't, which I believe is, I think, how most people feel about it. I can do it. No. I had a friend who's just thinking about getting into the hobby, recently come over, and we've given her a mannequin, a feeble mannequin, because that's a really popular size to work with, and I'm like, you could make boy MSD clothes. Nobody makes those, and people need them. People still have boy MSDs. And she's like, oh, why don't people make them? I said, because they're boring. So she's like, oh. And so she looked, and then she goes, they are boring. Menswear is just boxes with lapels. Unless it's a t-shirt, quite frankly, or jeans. So I feel like everyone used to have MSD boys, and there was a lot more like clothing accessible. But then I also feel like a lot of that was like all like Visual K, like goth stuff, which actually is okay for him. And I think eventually I'll just go shopping on Dalmore and go nuts. But that being said, I feel like I should have made this shirt shorter or something. Something's got to give here. I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's like not much. Everything's really few and far between. So what are you gonna do? But now I need all of the punk stuff because I didn't realize he was gonna be like this, and here we are. But anyway, I'd say this is a really successful hybrid. Most of my dolls lately have been hybrids, and they have been immensely successful. So I'm thinking of doing either the Summerbird body review next, or the Zora clothing review. So if you have a preference, leave a comment down below if you've made it this far into the video. Hopefully everyone's still with me. And leave now knowing that this body is fabulous, and I highly encourage people that need MSD boy bodies to get this, or the regular non-buff variety. But I can't imagine the neck is any different. So there we are. Ugh, I can't believe this is a fur wig from Spite and Malice from forever ago. The quality's great. I just like stopped using them and made alpaca. It seemed like everyone went to alpaca, and come to find out, I mean, he just needs this. So there we are. My like punky dragon who can't be on camera all at the same time because he's too tall. Anyway, he reminds me, his character's a little bit like Arashi from Paradise Kiss. I think now, like, he used to be a total jerk, and I think he can be a total jerk to people, but I think I'm really gonna go for that like punk with a heart of gold kind of thing. So maybe he's seen some light and he's just redeemed himself. But anyway, at 24 minutes almost, I'm gonna let this be done, and I will be back soon, hopefully with another video, and maybe less shitty lighting, and maybe some wine, because wine. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're interested in watching some more, and I just wanted to hear from you, so say hi. Bye, guys.